Welcome back to my shop. I've been busy with projects and upgrades to my shop, and today I want to show you a shop upgrade that I am really loving, which is my new vertical pipe clamp rack. It's one of those projects that I've been wanting to do for a while. There's a lot of YouTube videos out there on clamp racks, but I didn't think I had the space. But now that I've done it, I wish that I'd done it a long time ago because it's awesome. It's a very simple build. It's one of those projects that has really surprised me. And basically that's when I make a video. It really makes clamping so much more convenient. Vertically mounting your clamps allows for efficient use of your shop space because you no longer have to clear a flat surface to clamp on. I was previously doing all my glue ups and clamp ups on flat surfaces, which was either the workbench or my outfeed table or on the floor. But now my work is situated at a convenient height and I don't have to stop my workflow to clear a space off to clamp up whatever project I'm working on. It's a real easy build. At the end of this video, I'll show you how to build it, and I'll also show you some other really cool upgrades that may inspire some ideas for your workshop. Previously, I've always defaulted to using parallel clamps when doing glue ups like this because they're much easier to use in this horizontal position. They don't tend to tip like the pipe clamps do. This tends to roll on you. It's difficult to adjust, and I can't tell you how many times I've had my fingers pinched back here, and it's very painful. Now I know that parallel clamps, by the nature of their design, are supposed to eliminate bowing of your panel glue ups. But I honestly haven't had that issue when using pipe clamps, even when situated horizontally, because I use flat material, it's jointed correctly, and I use sacrificial strips on the outside. And the other thing you gotta do is avoid over torquing them. So you can see how easy this is. And it's also super easy to loosen them up. No more pinching of the hands. So since building this clamp rack, I found that mounting the clamps vertically like this has basically eliminated all the issues that I was having that were so frustrating with pipe clamps the way I was using them before on a flat surface. They're much more easy to position, and with this method, I can see that going forward, I will primarily be using my pipe clamps for almost all of my clamping and glue ups. I think my parallel clamps are gonna basically start to gather dust. This is even good for smaller projects. Like you can put another pipe clamp right here, and I've made various different sizes of these sacrificial strips, all conveniently located. Like this one here, this is just for small ones, and I even made these magnetic. They're gonna stay on there for even like gluing up simple things like small boxes or drawers. I'll probably be using this method for that as well. As you can see, this project takes minimal materials. Obviously, you're gonna need some suitable wall space to mount your clamp rack. And if you don't have any free wall space in your shop, consider mounting it on the wall above the entry door to your workshop where there's usually no tools or benches situated. And if you think that the clamped up pieces are going to block you in your workshop, you're wrong, because you can go underneath it, and once it's clamped up, it doesn't have to stay there. You can move it wherever you want to dry. So you should be able to find a spot for this in your shop. So this is kind of a cross-sectional view. It consists of an upper and a lower bracket. The upper bracket holds the weight of your pipe clamp, held in place by this collar here that I bought off Amazon. They're $4 each. I suppose though, if this back end of your clamp is, the pipe is threaded, you can just buy those screw-on caps. It'll work just as well. The upper support is angled outward a bit at 7 degrees to kick the pipe clamp kind of away from the wall at an angle so that gravity can rest on your lower support, which is notched out, indexed to match the cutouts on the upper portion. Step one is get a Forstner bit the same diameter of whatever type collar you're using, and drill a hole about 1/4 inch deep or so. Then using a hole cutting bit, you drill through the center of what you just did with your Forstner bit all the way through, and this should be the same diameter of your pipe for your pipe clamps. Next step's pretty easy. Just draw some lines that are angled slightly outward from your inch circle. So the final step before mounting is to make an angled cut on the back here. This is a 7.5 degree angled rip cut, and with 7.5 degrees, this is about 1/4 inches higher than that at 7 inches. And obviously you can vary your measurements on that, but that's what I use, and it works out pretty good. So the rest is all simply making your holes equally spaced out, whatever your workspace requires or will accommodate, and mounting it whatever height you want. To those of you who've stuck it out to this point in the video, I'd like to use a short amount of time remaining to quickly show you some of the other recent shop upgrades that I've really liked, and hopefully that'll inspire some ideas for your workshop. I'll start here at the table saw, where I put this rail and flip stop in, same one that's on my drill press table, which is really easy to install and allows for basically repeatability on your fence. And it's been very helpful doing projects when I gotta remember a setting and come back to it later. This has got to be one of the best ideas I've come up with in my workshop. I call it my miter saw miter sled. I did make a video on this a while back. It is awesome. I use it with just about every project. It allows you to safely and easily cut small pieces of stock on your miter saw with zero clearance, safely and accurately. And it's super convenient, much more so than my table saw miter sled, which I almost never use anymore. You just got to put your saw in trench mode, and what's great about it is it stows away super easy, super convenient. And this is the custom enclosure with integrated exhaust for my diode laser cutter engraver. I love this thing. You can be so creative with it. I recommend it for any woodworkers. And there's my drill press table. Also made that this winter. What I love about the laser enclosure is it stows up and out of the way. And finally, this is my RBI Hawk scroll saw. It takes up a lot of space and is super heavy, so I mounted it to the wall with gas struts, so when not in use it stows up and out of the way conveniently. So I hope this helps you out in your workshop. Thanks for watching. I look forward to any comments. I don't really care if you subscribe or not. I'm not famous. I make like $2 a day on my videos. Barely enough to buy a pack of smokes. I don't smoke, by the way. I do enjoy an occasional cigar on the golf course, though.